Hey, calculate your inverter load properly before giving quotation. Please don't guess. So I'm going to show you step by step how you can give quotation without having any issue. Yes. So there is one thing about this. If you calculate your load wrongly, you are going to have inverter failure. Yes, you heard me right. Like I said, before giving any inverter quotation, calculate your load properly. Step 1, list your appliances. And if you are not privileged to be on the site, contact the client. If the client call you on the phone, say I need I need a system that can power this so. Ask the client, in fact, some questions. Now, what are the questions that you need to ask the client? Number 1, what do you want to power? Number 2, what are your loads? Number 3, what are the wattage? For example, if the client want to power bulbs, fan, TV, fridge, and some other things. For example, now, if he lists all these appliances for you, what you need to do is to calculate them. Then number 2, check the wattage. Like I mentioned it in the first step. Contact the client, let him tell you the wattage of each appliances. Please don't guess. For example, if we have bulb of 10 watts and then fan of 75 watts and then maybe TV of 120 watts and then fridge of 150 watts, you will not calculate everything together. You understand? So from there, when you calculate those appliances together, remember, you multiply them, and also you will add extra because of the starting point. Step 3, the total running load. You understand? The total running load. What I mean by total running load is that how many loads are going to be on consistently, either all the time or 24/7. is very key. How many loads and what are the loads that is going to be on all the time consistently? You know this, and then you also calculate it. So, and if the client is going to use fridge on the inverter, so based on this load that we just calculate from the bulbs, 10 watts, 75 watts, 120 watts, 150 watts. When you multiply them, before then you multiply this Fox one, it will give you about 600 and something. Yes, it will give you about 670 watts, right? So when you add up everything, it will give you 670 watts. Now remember, this is the total load from the calculation of 10 watts, 75 watts, and the 120 watts, and then 150 watts. That is the total number of 670 watts. So by the time that we are going to run fridge, that is almost 1 kilowatts. 1 kVA, right? So by the time you want to run fridge, and you know the starting point of fridge is always 3 times. For example, the fridge that is 150 watts. The starting point is going to start from that. Calculate the 160 watts times 3, right? Calculate it times 3. So this power now, it will now give you about 1000 something watts. So add it to the load, right? Add it to the load. So when you add it, you now choose the inverter size, the inverter that can power the system, conveniently without having any issue. Even when the fridge is running, either when it's starting, there will not be any issue. Now change the inverter power, the inverter size. So based on the calculation, 1 kVA cannot work. Yes, 1 kVA cannot work. The inverter that can work for this calculation now is 2 kVA inverter, right? It's 2 kVA inverter because of the starting point of the fridge that we added to the load. So 2 kVA will work conveniently and perfectly. So if your inverter load is 770 watts, and you have a fridge of maybe 300 to 500 watts for start-up surge, that is why you need that 2 kVA inverter to be on the safer side. So for the battery, it does depend on your backup, right? The battery size depends on your backup hours. So like how many hours do you want to run, then either how many years do you want to run, then most especially the hours. How often do you want it to be on? Is it constantly, like all the time, or you are depending on the inverter? So that will depend on your choice. So never guess load on inverter. So follow solarmasterpro.engine for professional installer tips. So don't forget to subscribe to our channel and follow us on Facebook, TikTok. And if you want to know the full detail and then a breakdown step by step on how to give quotation and properly, just subscribe to our channel and then check below the description of this video. You will see a link that will direct to the full video on YouTube on how to break down, how to choose the right battery and right inverter. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.